Before this video begins, I would like to shout out my playlist that goes over all the best hit songs that I've talked about throughout the 2020s since I've started this little yearly series back in the beginning of the decade. It's something that's going to be updated every year until the 2020s are over, so please check it out if you have Spotify. Link will be in the description. What is there to even say about pop music this year that hasn't been said since the beginning of the goddamn year? There's just not much going on right now, and it definitely feels like a transitional year as we're stuck with the same trends and even the same songs as last year, with new stuff bubbling up that feels like it'll become more relevant next year. Except for K-pop Demon Hunters. That was like the one major musical event of the year that like everyone can turn to and be like, yeah, that represents music that year. So in the end, we're kind of just stuck with an assortment of songs that felt hard to put on a list. But I tried and was able to curate what I think is the best list I could create out of a trash fire of middling songs that I just do not care about at all. As always, we will be using the Billboard Hot 100, Global 200, Canadian and UK charts, where the song must reach the top 40 in any of these charts except the Global 200, where it's the top 100 between the months of November of last year and the November of this year, which means songs from other years can also be on this list as long as they were a bigger hit in the current year that I'm talking about. My only exception is if it's a song that was bigger last year. Then I probably won't talk about it. So songs like Wildflower and maybe some others won't be on the list for that reason. Keep in mind, all these rules are here so I have a dynamic range of songs to talk about, and these rules are very much arbitrary in the end, because if I stuck hard by them this year, this list would have been impossible to make. And I already expanded my range to be as high as possible, just so I can talk about as many songs as I want. Okay, I always get comments who complain about me talking about certain songs because they don't count it as like a 2025 hit. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the best hit songs of 2025! Starting off with a very viral TikTok hit that I honestly wish had a way bigger impact on the US charts, because I swear this song was just everywhere at some point. Pink Panther should be a much bigger artist because all of her hooks just bang so hard. This one in particular is simple in how amazing it is. Just like with how I think 360 is a perfect representation of what the album sounds like, I also think this song is the perfect introduction into what makes Pink Panther such a great pop artist. The production is just so smooth in its simplicity. It definitely fits a very specific Y2K aesthetic while being able to sound so fresh and exciting. It's such an addictive beat that takes influence from garage, but uses it in this bright way that has me floating by the end of the track. It feels so atmospheric yet bouncy and fun. Pink Panther's vocals added another layer of perfection to the song with a flow that feels so great just to sing along to. Her voice also just works really well with this production and is layered in a way that is just so stunning to listen to. We truly have to come together as a society to give her the biggest hit that we can, because music like this doesn't just not chart. The fuck are we doing? Both of these songs do not sound alike at all, but I enjoy them for very similar reasons. That reason being that I feel like they come from new and upcoming artists and tease what kind of sounds that we'll hopefully be hearing next year. It truly gives me hope that more of this becomes bigger next year, and I just can't wait to see the full potential of both of these artists. Let's go ahead and start with this. It's always great when I see R&B combined with rock elements in a way that just works. This song blends both styles in such a simple and delightful way. Every production element in particular feels so specific to the soundscape that feels consistent even when two different genres are being involved here. From that percussion to the guitars, every element works together to create this simple vibe. I especially love this guitar and bass melody in the chorus that work symbiotically. We also get a brilliant performance from Raven LeVay, who works so smoothly with this production. Her vocal performance and flows throughout the song are just so pleasant to listen to. it's also mixed in this way that adds to that softer atmosphere that the whole song is trying to provide. It's such a calming song that really warms its way into your brain and just never lets go. It makes sense that Somber is very annoying because this song basically showcases how ugly his personality is. But unfortunately for us, it works really well in the song. It's supposed to be very melodramatic and sound like it would show up in Euphoria, and it somehow pulls it off incredibly well. The mixing in particular is insanely amateur, but it adds this raw feel to the song that really draws out the vocals that are layered very well. Somber also has his voice that works for this type of dramatic production. The production, captured this aura of devastation so well in a way that's not too much, and just the right amount of theatricality for a song like this. The guitar and piano melodies mesh so well in the chorus and provide such a striking atmosphere that always draws me to the song. The lyrical content is also just so overly dramatic in a way that works for how cinematic this song feels. I know it's a bit toxic, but it's toxic in a way that's compelling and not overtly pathetic. All of these elements work together harmoniously to pump me in a somber mood. I'm so sorry. This dude's been cooking since my childhood days, so I can't lie when I say that this hit was a long time coming. This song is so slow, yet bouncy with its production. That one bounce in particular never gets old, and that piano melody really gives it that vibe of a classic 2000s R&B slow jam. We have a slight touch of strings that really adds to that atmosphere and overall makes me groove so much. It's another song that is simple yet extremely effective in building a charming tone that's just addictive to listen to. We then have Leon Thomas, who comes in giving it his all. It's been pitched up in order to match the vibe, and I honestly think it adds a unique element to the song that just adds to how memorable and catchy it is. Usually an element like this would be very unnecessary and dumb, but it legitimately works for this song. The chorus is also just such a fun time with the simple line of "I'm a dog, I'm a mutt" that is said in such an entertaining way. His flows in that section in particular make the song incredibly catchy and easy to sing along to. Just an overall banger from the guy from Victorious. Truly one of the great things to happen this year. Well, that was until Chris Brown remixed the song. The song was already a hit. It did not need him. Don't tap the glass, don't tap the glass. Like sugar on my tongue. This one just simply bangs, like one of those mid-2000s rap songs, while also still feeling relatively new. This is due to Tyler's energy that just pursues throughout the song. You can very much tell that he was inspired by those Pharrell hits from back in the day, with this production containing very similar elements to his works, although he turns it into his own style and it works so incredibly well. They honestly should collaborate way more. He also has his passion for this noise in particular that really draws out in the way he uses his vocals throughout the song. He's able to really play around with this beat, with his flows, and he sings pretty well in the song too. It's definitely not perfect, but it definitely fits the unserious vibe he was trying to go for in this song. It's also just really fun to sing along to because of it. With this song being a dance banger, we also get this really fun synth that goes all over the place, this dirty bass that feels raw, and the keys that add such a distinct layer. It all creates such an interesting and fun soundscape that you can't help but jam to. I also love how every single era of Tyler continues to shift and evolve, with this being his most mainstream sound, yet it still finds a way to stand out in the current landscape of music. I still am surprised how long artists have been able to just milk this goddamn genre for so long, and yet still make it sound fresh and fun to listen to. God damn, Sabrina Carpenter. This pop song basically goes as far as it can with a disco sound that's been overexposed for years at this point, and captures it in a way that still feels somehow refreshing. I think it's because she explores the sound in a more traditional sense when picking certain production elements, which is the same reason why Cuff It also hit hard too. Like, every production element in this song sounds like it came from that era down to a T. From the strings that you hear in disco to the piano melody that feels so of its time. It goes so far into the genre enough to where it feels distinct and different while also reaching into the same elements that made people fall in love with this genre in the first place. There's so many different quirks within this production that I always come back to because it adds this coat of nostalgia that respects the era that it's trying to replicate. It also helps that it's just extremely catchy. And the hook is such an earworm with all these production elements coming together to flesh out the sound even more. Sabrina's vocals also work perfectly with this production as she knows how to control her vocals in a way where she'll still sound amazing while trying to sound sensual and quieter. You can tell she's also just having a ton of fun on this song, and it really adds to the tone that the song is trying to set up. The song is also just this pastiche of the disco era that knows why the genre was so beloved and doesn't completely take the genre from its surface level while still having fun with it. Truly a fun-ass time. Damn, I will say for as dry as the charts were this year, R&B did very well this year.
You say you feel different when you with me, tell me anything. Compliment my energy, it's different laying next to me.
This being as simple as it is, yet it's one of the best hits of the year. Says everything that it needs to. SZA flows insanely well on this song, and it makes it extremely fun to sing along to. Her melodies blend so fluently with this production of this really well constructed yet simple guitar melody that plays throughout the song. I never get tired of it. SZA is really able to create this beautiful atmosphere with a vocal performance. Her lyrical content is straight to the point in a way that feels so sincere, and we're really able to pay more attention to it because of the more simple production. And to give it more credit, it just works so well in how simple it seems. It's that melody that'll get stuck in your head with the additional melodic structures. It's all harmonizing in my head and makes the song flow so well because of it. The song overall has this comforting and bright atmosphere that SZA is able to write perfectly with a wonderful singing. I can see why this random song off the deluxe became a sleeper hit. It's just such an enjoyable listen that really sneaks up on you with how catchy it is. This being a summer hit after Brat's Summer is honestly just perfect.
I'm about to party on you. Watch me party on you, yeah. You can watch me pull up on your body like it's summer. Take my clothes off in the water, splat you around and get you blessed like holy water. I don't know what you were waiting.
Like, this song being a major hit a year after Brat came out makes so much sense as it has those hyperpop elements, but put in a different context. That being a song that forces you to pay attention to the lyrical content by stripping the production of its louder elements, which gives us the room to really pay attention to the meticulous production elements like the drums and 808s, which sound so isolated in a way that feels intentional for us to focus on, what the song is trying to make us feel in the moment. Then the bridge, where she's just singing Party on You on repeat, really puts things together, and as the production builds around it, it's so stunning. It's somehow able to create this visual in my mind where I'm all sad and alone, surrounded by people who I'm unfamiliar with, but it's shot in slow motion and it's blurry. I haven't heard a song that captures this feeling so well since Here by Alicia Cara. It's also just rare for a pop song to really make me sit there and just ponder about what I'm doing with my life, but then do it for a good reason. The build up to the end is very long, but it's absolutely worth it because of how this production is just layered with these bouncy 808s and melodic synths, which then explode in this satisfying way. Honestly, we just need to keep making her songs go viral because the Truds really need more of her weird shit. Guys, what are we doing? We rarely ever get pop singers that are able to create that larger-than-life sound as good as her. And to not get her bigger hits this year is such a travesty that it actually needs to be fixed. Next year, I'm being dead ass. This needs to, what are we doing? I'm at least able to still talk about this song because it debuted so high. But honestly, if y'all don't give her a more stable and consistent hit next year, I'm gonna crash out.
She got away. She got away. She's got away.
This song is literal gold Chappell's writing really shines so bright here, with her anecdotal storytelling feeling so dramatic and poetic, with her painting this clear picture with simple phrasing. I'm able to imagine the situation she's describing and exactly how she's feeling perfectly because of how well the production is timed with her singing and lyrical content. I'm sure it's because Chappell is able to write a great story and time it with the music she's working on. She knows how to use the slower moments in the song to perpetrate an important line or feeling. It feels so purposeful because of it. The production added that larger-than-life cinematic feeling with the guitars that blended so well with the strings. They both really come out during those important moments in the chorus and really deliver this perfectly gloomy atmosphere. We then have Chappell giving another all-timer performance, with her really going off in that last chorus in a way that feels so personable to her, which makes sense since the song seems so specific in her life. The song is just so magnificent in a way that only Chappell Roan can pull off, and it's a damn shame this song isn't much bigger. I mean, it's Kendrick.
Give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stepped, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough.
It's sometimes just as simple as that. This song just bangs in every way that is feasibly possible. The production also just slams so hard. It has a simple yet effective violin loop that is so compelling to listen to before it then switches to this more visceral, in-your-face horn-based production. It all comes together so well because of Kendrick's energy and his crazy flows. I know it's a meme at this point, but that mustard line adds so much liveliness in a way that makes it so memorable and different. It's also just catchy as hell, but not in a way that's simple. It's dynamic and moves as the song continues. Every section of the song has a catchier flow that just makes me want to move. Truly an exciting song that uses every second to catch your attention with either Kendrick's vigor or his lyricism, where he's discussing an important topic in a way that still feels pleasant and infinitely replayable. Now it's time for the Honorable Mentions!
Talk to me, be the man that I need, baby. Talk to me, be the man that I need. Talk to me.
I know this song's basically just another adult contemporary song that'll chart for like 100 weeks, but you know what? At least this one's good, okay? At least this one's interesting. I actually really fuck with this one. Oh, she finally found her book with her music again? Hopefully that means we can finally get another banger album next year. Oh yeah, this song was also good too.
She just wanna roll and I don't mind it. Ever since I was a G, I've been legit. Now you should let her go. She wanna be it.
The Weeknd and Playboi Carti collab meta just works. I don't know why. It just does. It just does.
Platinum record this, Bible record that. I'm making so much money, I'm all over the net. I'm moving so fast, no time to process. And no, I'm not in the gang, but I'm always on set.
I feel so bad because this probably should have made the list, specifically because this would have probably been the last time to actually talk about Doechii, considering the Anxiety song probably fucked her career up.
The drink you spill all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. Mom and dad let me stay home, it drives you crazy getting home.
This song would have been so high on the list if it charted just a bit higher. It's a goddamn shame. But this song rules.
Most niggas want attention. My nigga give me his. He know he a star, but he my biggest fan.
Now this is how you do a sample, Jack Harlow. Damn, that hook is good. I know this album was mid, but you know what? At least we got a Tame Impala hit that actually, charted. Someone protect this queen, please. She deserves the world.
Feels like a fever, like I'm burning alive, like a sun.
This song literally broke Billboard rules for months, but I honestly didn't care because it's just that good. I would honestly talk about it if it wasn't for the fact that it was already like a huge hit last year. I'm so sad that we didn't make any noise for Zombie Boy or Garden of Eden, because those songs would have easily made this list. But you know what? I'll take Abracadabra.
Come pick up your clothes, I had them folded. I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Already folding it for you, already folding it for you.
Now this is how you do a sample, Jack Harlow.
Trace, come on, don't leave me. It can't be that easy, babe. If you believe me, I guess I'll get on a plane.
But I noticed. I did.
It's a crime
I'm honestly sad that the album flopped, but you know, I can't say I'm surprised or even feel bad considering she literally dissed this style of music after switching to the hip hop and R&B sound. So, switching back, you know, you can understand why no one gave a shit. It's a shame though, cause the song fucking rules.
And I ain't tryna add no pressure for you. I know that they all doing extra. She got dark thoughts and me hit some, yeah. Baby, I be messed up for you.
Definitely the best the 2000s throwback sound has sounded, and probably the only one I'll remember. R&B really did its thing this year. Oh my god, there's so many R&B hits here. I just realized that. No words for this. I'm just truly in awe of the fact that this was a big hit this year. This song really puts you on a journey with how the song progresses. It starts off slow and then continues building up throughout the whole song. And the way it does it is just absolutely magnificent. Oh my god! The way Bad Bunny's vocals just float on this atmospheric production that then gets incredible when those horns come in makes this already the best hit of the year, and we're not even a minute in. It's really been that rough of a year, y'all. We then get this really strong reggae influence that never slows down until the end, where then we get a piano solo that just rips. The melodies that Bad Bunny sings are also amazing and flow so well over this production that is very much inspired by the culture that Bad Bunny grew up in. The influence is incredibly present throughout this whole song, and at some point, we get a bunch of backup vocals that really adds to the sensation of wonder that this song gives me. Like I said, the progression feels so subtle in a way that enhances my listening experiences, as I feel like I discover a new element that I absolutely fall in love with every time I listen to this song. It's just amazing, and honestly a reminder to myself that even when the charts struggle to be interesting, there's going to be absolute gems that'll always bubble up and make it worth it for me to keep up with these charts. Now it's time for the worst list. Benson, when I said I would see you next year, that was a joke. You did not need to make this.
Moonbeam ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical, oh baby, 'cause
Just no, I refuse. Like, this is bad. And it's bad in a way that shows me that he knows he's aggravating, and he loves it. He's a sadist. Wait, that's not what... He's a sadist in how he'll make a very, very bad and grating song that's just catchy enough to stick with you like a parasite, slowly draining me of my life. It's also appealing enough to be used in every goddamn ad and even became an ironic meme on TikTok, meaning I listened to that stupid snippet of Mystical Magical for months and have been unable to do anything about it except to let it slowly consume me. Benson knows exactly what he's doing here. It's so perfect as a song that people could enjoy, but feeds into why people don't like him. That awful lyrical content adds to the pain, with the verses being bland enough to throw you off every time he says moonbeam ice cream in the chorus. His vocal inflection when singing the chorus is also just so awful in a way that feels different from Beautiful Things. This time around, it feels so whiny and strainy since he's trying to sing in this falsetto, but it just doesn't work. This song also contains the worst production elements from Harry Styles' music, with that overstimulatingly uplifting atmospheric production that all comes tumbling down in the chorus, while his verse has his basic guitar loop with its twinkly piano production in the pre-chorus, before it explodes into what's supposed to be this more fantastical production. It didn't work for music for a sushi restaurant, and it's not gonna work for you. Your voice also doesn't match the production in a way that makes it sound pleasant. And it doesn't help that the melody is very generic and sounds like a nursery rhyme. Benson, please! I'm so sorry for putting you on number 1 on my worst list from last year. I won't ever do it again. I put you at number 10. Please release good music now. K-pop has been one of the few foreign genres to stay consistently strong whenever it comes to chart presence in the US, and I think that's really cool. There's a lot of K-pop music that I like. Unfortunately, this is one of the biggest hits in the genre, and it's a really bad replication of one of those boy band songs from the Y2K era. The mixing with Jimin's vocals in particular is incredibly bad, which is weird because he can sing. Like Crazy was a banger, so what the hell happened here? The lyrics are so NSYNC coded in a way that feels like they straight up ripped them off instead of finding influence from that sound. It copies the era bar for bar. It's funny cause that by itself is not bad. I mean, Tears exist, but the production and vocals are just so weak and don't try to add anything to the sound. It's just such a bad imitation that it might as well have just actually sampled a song from that era. The production itself has all the cliches you would expect from a boy band, except it feels more bland with the melody sounding way too familiar. Like a nursery rhyme. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm officially done with this Gunna redemption act.
We getting fucked tonight, who getting fucked tonight? You getting fucked tonight, she getting fucked tonight, she getting fucked tonight, she getting fucked tonight, she getting fucked tonight.
This is the third album, which sounded like leftovers from his last album, which already sounded like leftovers from the first album he released after he got out. And unfortunately, this was the hit of the recent album. Like it's just not good. It's actually just bad. The sample Gunna uses to try and sound sensual sounds so awkward, with his wispy ass voice taking me out of whatever atmosphere he's trying to put me in. The beat is also trying to put me in that smooth R&B groove, but the melody is just too weak. The hi-hats are very unnecessary and ruin the mood of the song. And also the fucking sample that keeps saying that we're going to get fucked tonight. The song is such a tonal disaster too, because Gunna is out here being aggressive, which already sounds awkward and pathetic because of his warbly voice. Like he's just not convincing at all, and it sounds like an incel's inner monologue. Oh yeah, and Burna Boy is here to continue to confuse the tone of the song, and he's just too energetic, with his lyrics being too pleady. He's out here talking about getting a threesome and just seems too desperate by the end of his verse. Which is just hilarious considering the song's themes of, this song is just cringe and just honestly virgin coded, which is to say this isn't the first Gunna hit to bring the vibe of sexual song made by an antisocial virgin. He has another song that samples a sex noise. And can you guess who features on that? That's right, it's fucking Drake, number 7.
On a DJ boot, then wine your waist on a real good youth, then you want censure your ex, which one? You want friends of success, which one? Tell the sound man spin this one, play this for the girl them party done. Go.
I honestly thought He would have escaped this list because Nokia was a banger, and Somebody Loves Me is just too boring to really have anything to say about it, but then he dropped this. He truly never ceases to fail me whenever it comes to this list. Thank God. It's honestly impressive. I feel like he purposely made this one bad too, just so people can talk about him again, since the Nokia hype died fast. Died so fast. And also, nobody cared about What Did I Miss when it came out. Like, nobody gave a single fuck. So he decided to drop this specifically so people who make these worst lists can talk about him in some way. And honestly, he makes it a bit too obvious. Come on, like, this song has a fake sounding accent, terribly mixed beat that feels more distracting than it should, and the same cringy lyrics about women. There's even a verse from Central C, and it adds absolutely nothing except for more validation for Kendrick's diss track on him, where Kendrick states that he uses other people to give himself more credibility when vulturing other cultures. Juju, have you learned nothing? I feel like it's honestly just giving up on making actual, real good hits, to a point where his Iceman rollout was just such a complete disaster that I even heard that, like, I've even seen Drake fans admit that it was getting a bit tragic. The song also signifies something that I personally found interesting, that being Drake doesn't know what to steal anymore in order to make hits. No, genuinely, I don't think he knows anymore. He tried this time to make a more simplistic, dancey TikTok song, but honestly the beat is just too weak and Drake's flow is giving nothing too, so the song's just nothing. It's a song that enters your ear and then exits quickly, as your ear doesn't know what the fuck to do with this mess of a desperate move to try to make something that would catch on in some way. It feels like Tootsie Slide, but with an even worse melodic structure. This wasn't a hit, but this needs to be talked about. This is important. Unlike all the other things going on in the world, this is actually important. It's been almost 10 years since a Rihanna album came out. We've gotten some features here and there. And then the wait for new music from her was over when Black Panther 2 came out. That song was alright, it was fine. It was a bit disappointing considering how good the music from the first Black Panther album was, and how long the wait for new music from her was. But that existence gave me hope that maybe this was a tease for more to come. If this was the more to come, then I think I'm good. What are we doing? No, genuinely, Rihanna, I'm talking to you specifically. What the fuck are you doing? Is this song real? No, it's not. It can't be real. It's some kind of prank, cause this song feels like a troll to anyone who consumes music. Years of waiting to be hit with a song with barely any singing from Rihanna herself. The sample gets more airtime. And wait a minute, the hell even is this sample? What's the context for why this sample is being used for a song that's being used for a kids movie? It's not used in any way that makes sense for this song in particular or for the movie. It honestly just feels like random filler. Then Rihanna comes in saying the same thing over and over and over again. And then the song ends up being way too repetitive and just aggravating to listen to. The sample usage also just for some reason gets worse later. And I don't understand what they were even trying to do with this song. Like, I get it, it's a dance song for kids, but the production is not appealing for kids in any way whatsoever. This isn't that, Can't Stop the Feeling? That's what that song was, right? Yeah, no, that's what it was. It's the same percussion loop, with a simpler melody that is not fun to dance or sing along to. Even the chorus is weak. Rihanna gives her worst vocals that I've heard, which is insane because it's been years since the last time we've actually heard her sing, except for the Super Bowl. The song is just so bad, and I honestly, it was bad enough for me to break the rules just to talk about it here. And I know it's just a random soundtrack song, but it's one that hits deeply because it's a reminder that we'll never, ever, ever get prime Rihanna ever again. And that's enough to fucking ruin my year. Shit. There are so many tracks from that new Taylor Swift album that I could have chosen for this list. You know, I could have chose the diss track that misunderstood the lyric about one's own insecurities. Or the one where she says that she doesn't feel like a bad bitch. Or a savage. But I went with the cancel culture anthem because, you know, that's a big thing for me. I fucking hate celebrities who complain about cancel culture. Except for you, Kendrick Lamar. I forgive you.
Something wicked this way comes. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like them cooked in Gucci and in scandal.
Are we really still doing this cancel culture bullshit now? Like, did she mean to release this in 2017 on Reputation, you know, where she was being all edgy and shit? I specifically chose this one over all the other songs because of, you know, the timing. This white woman who colonizes the top spot any chance she gets, even at the detriment of gatekeeping the spot from other artists, is gonna sing about this? Tone deaf much? Which I guess she predicted I was gonna mention that, as she says people want to kill her for being tone deaf and hot. And it makes so much sense now. She's probably spending too much time online. She's the most influential celebrity of all time, and yet she's being as petty as a stan girl on Twitter. And it's already not a cute thing to do, but this is a very ugly look considering Taylor Swift is in her 30s. She's also trying to be edgy with her lyricism, but comes off as a millennial writing like a teen girl, which is exactly what she is. To be fair, the whole album is kind of like that, but Did You Girl Boss Too Close to the Sun definitely broke way past my limit. That line is so goddamn awful. I truly feel like Taylor Swift perfectly captured the worst traits and stereotypes millennials are stuck with just that one line. I also chose this song because of my pet peeve whenever it comes to a famous person, you know, complaining about cancel culture. Except Taylor here subverting expectations by saying she likes him canceled because that'll teach him. Instead of using my influence for good, let me make a song about being friends with problematic people and matching scars with them. There are so many other cringy lines trying to poetically say, I like being friends with terrible people. Lines like, everyone's got bodies in the attic, or, and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught, or, can't you see my infamy loves company? She's absolutely reveling in the fact that people talk about her, even if it's negative, because she can still use it in a way that benefits her. It's gross, and it's weird, and it instantly caught my ear personally when listening to it. Taylor, grow the fuck up. The world doesn't need another entitled white person. Hashtag Free Palestine. Okay, yeah, this song killed whatever chance the pop punk revival had in returning to the mainstream.
Tell me, would you wait for me? Baby, I'm a rolling stone. I got a lot of right in me, but I don't wanna say this wrong. Tell me, would you stay with me? Maybe we can make this home.
Dude, this somehow has less going on than Emo Girl, and that sounds like one of those fake rock songs made by Nickelodeon, except the guy who sung this is in his mid-30s! I know this is the second time I'm bringing up an age as a criticism, but these lyrics only work for a show about a fake band, not for a guy in his mid-30s. The lyrics are so ambiguous that it feels like he broke out ChatGPT and fed it songs from Big Time Rush. Your name is a neon light in the sky when darkness surrounds us? Yeah, no, that's a lyric a robot would come up with. The production is also just very cheap and also from a show about a fake band. And then here comes this. The production, you know, being really basic and having nothing going for it allows me to hear how much of a bad singer MGK is. But he was already rough when he was singing before, but it's so much harder to hide it now when the only thing you're working with is a bunch of rock presets added from GarageBand. This song has no effort and no rock sauce put into it, and sounds like a song a pop punk artist would make when selling out, which is ironic because MGK sold out in order to make this pop punk music and then proceeded to make the most generic rock song I've ever heard this decade. Imagine Dragons had more direction than this, and that's saying something. Bro, I need him put in this place by some rock legend or some shit so he can move on to country or something. Oh, wait! Okay, you know what? It's getting to a point, these lists are becoming a little bit too repetitive. But I can't help myself if these artists keep doing the same bullshit over and over again.
I can't keep my gun in my truck. They don't know my name at these bars. They don't know my name. And you can't even see any stars.
So I'm going to talk about the remix he did with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross because why? Why the fuck would you do this? This may be the worst thing Lil Wayne has ever done this year. And this is the same year this album came out. This album has a Weezer cover on it. Morgan, stop collaborating with hip-hop artists. We get it, bro. You're sorry for being racist. This makes me think you're more racist for taking the hip-hop sound and then doing this with it. The song questioning why he's even in Miami, and I'm asking a completely different question of what does this song even have to do with Miami? It doesn't sound like Miami. And the lyrical content doesn't help either because it's just him complaining about being in Miami. I can't keep my gun in my truck in Miami. Nigga, it's Florida. We for sure have less gun restrictions than wherever you're from. The song also just, like I said just a second ago, it doesn't sound like Miami in any way whatsoever. It sounds like a chopped and screwed version of his very generic country sound with this percussion that just sounds so wrong in the song. It's like this high-pitched sound, like a tapping drumsticks together. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a sad attempt at hi-hats, but like, I don't know, dude. You need to get a fucking hip-hop producer if you're gonna keep infusing trap beats into your country music, you fucking vulture. I'ma need pop music to get woke again, cause this is not it.
You're taking me out of the ordinary. I want you laying me down so we're dead and buried. On the edge of your knife, staying drunk on your vibe.
The guy from Hype House is making a white people Christian marriage anthem where he's unironically singing about how not ordinary his very normalized milk white relationship is. This is the dude's first hit. I already feel like he's creatively bankrupt. I mean, really? A fucking ukulele with church organs? And then the most generic lyrics I've ever heard in a white boy ballad about love. Which is really saying something. I also love how cinematic the song tries to get, but since it's badly mixed and Alex Warren is a bad vocalist, his voice gets buried by the mix and backup chorus vocals, and I find that incredibly hilarious. It's a bit tragic too whenever he tries to sing louder and he ends up straining his voice so bad. Like, bro's just such a non-presence as an artist and vocalist. His lyrics are not helping whatsoever. Half the time, it's just lyrical cliches and dumb metaphors meant to lean into the Christian sound. Even says cringy stuff like getting drunk on your vibe. Get this millennial out of here. I bet he makes stomp and clap music. Now it's time for the Dishonorable Mentions.
Fat, juicy, and wet. I don't even gangbang. Pussy so good, made me throw up a set. That good kitty, making my pet.
Bruno Mars prepping for a comeback before releasing this and just completely dipping is unfortunately a very him thing to do. Assuming we won't be seeing him for another 5 years. Oh, God.
When you're on a holiday, you can't find the words to say all the things that come to you, and I wanna feel it too on an island in the sun.
Lil Wayne covering a Weezer song with full sincerity is the perfect representation of how this year went. For everyone.
Took some time to realize all the different people, and love is blind. I say love is blind. Can we build it up, build it up?
Chris Brown slopped for the 20th year in a row. When will y'all stop listening to him? Oh my God.
Big God, big God, big God, big God. SpongeBob, big God, pants okay. SpongeBob, big God, pants okay.
You could tell she just does not like making music anymore. It's so sad.
And it on a high note, feel like Brendan Urie.
I climb in with a haven't you people ever heard of?
Getting your goddamn dough up, go and get some bread. Stack that change to the day I'm dead.
He's still making this sample slop garbage from the last time I talked about him? My God, dude. Jesus.
I'm not trying to float away, I'm just trying to know your name. Every time you see him out, act like you don't know them lames. Every time I'm leaving out, I watch all 3 of my mirrors and check the cameras before I leave the house.
Dude, this is just fucking weird. I don't even have words for you, man.
Hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen two niggas kissing, we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin.
Bro, what? What the fuck? I don't even I genuinely, what the fuck was this year?
I want you in the worst way. My hands are needing your hips.
God, I hate how he sings that.
And she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. She got Greta Garbo, Sandra Sash. She's got Betty Davis.
Whatever happened to being the first gay pop artist? Jojo.
Guess we gonna be no more walk it out, talk it.
생각도 하나 둘셋
Blackpink came back. Songs are still ass, but you know, they're back.
I love pretty girls. Girls, 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 girls. You don't gotta wait in line tonight. You too fine for the line tonight.
Will, dude, this is somehow more embarrassing than After Earth. In the time you did a certain thing at an event. What was that again? Oh yeah, the fucking YouTube Rewind.
I got the whole room spinning like it's tipsy. Don't burst, take it to the chorus. Ooh, wanna rock with Jenny. Keep your head down, nails done like Jenny. Else got him obsessed like Jenny. Like.
I kinda hate how much of an earworm this is.
Is my anxiety.
I think this is the first time an artist made my best and worst list in the same year. You go, girl!
Just keep watching. Just keep watching.
This is truly the Dubai Labubu song of the year, and I'm not explaining any further.
Robotics, fried chicken, party in the Hollywood Hills. This song, oh my god, that new beat! Oh my god, is this real?
Honestly dig this one, but not enough to ironically put it on the honorable mentions list, but enough to where I can put it here and say that I had fun with this shit song. This has got to be the most unappealing a hit song has ever sounded. I'm genuinely confused on why this became a hit. This isn't number one because I think it's the worst hit of the year. I mean, it is, but I'm mainly putting it here because how the fuck did this chart so high to begin with? It's honestly like they just layered a bunch of random shit on FL Studio without listening to it first. None of these production elements work with each other at all. We get this basic piano melody with this plucky guitar and trap beat, and it does not blend well together at all. It makes for a weird experience as it'll go from very boring to overstimulating in like 1 second, and it's hard to even grasp what I'm listening to. All of this shit then multiplies by 1,000 times when Jessie Murph starts to sing, and she sings with this country twang and a hint of what I think is a black scent. I don't know what she's trying to do with the voice here, but it sounds painful, and it is painful to listen to, especially with this production. It's also layered in a way that enhances how terrible it sounds. Did she even try harmonizing with herself in that part of the chorus? Probably not. This song sounds like one of those producers who remakes a song with soundproof headphones on, and then the person who's singing it sounds like Miley Cyrus during her Bangers era. That boy I man, boy I man, boy I man at you will forever haunt my ears. And also, why the hell is there a Sexy Red remix? At this point, this is starting to feel like some kind of CIA experiment, because why the fuck would you even do that? Because this is a video where a lot of people tend to watch, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to thank everybody for watching my content over the year, and also to give a quick little announcement. I actually got a job because of these videos, or not specifically because of these videos, but because I engage in this hobby of making videos about shit. And that's honestly something I would have never thought would have been possible 5 years ago when I started making random YouTube videos as like a little hobby. You know, I didn't really go out. Oh my God, I didn't really go out of my way to try to make this into a thing, because I wanted to just make videos for the hell of it and to just gain skills in order to, you know, bring it somewhere. And I finally did that this year, and I'm truly proud of myself, and I'm just grateful for the audience I've curated. I know it's like a very small community, but like the fact that people watch my videos is honestly so cool. The fact that these specific videos have reaction videos, that blows my mind. That's fucking awesome. And I don't have words except for thank you guys so much for engaging with this content, for watching it. Even if you only, you know, come to this channel for this specific video or this video series, appreciate y'all so much for just watching the content and even giving me this opportunity in the first place to even, you know, get a job in this field. It's truly a magical moment for me. And obviously this doesn't mean I'm gonna quit making YouTube videos. I got this job all the way back in fucking March or some shit. But like the fact that this little hobby of mine led me to getting a job is fucking insane, and that probably would not have happened if it wasn't for y'all. So I just want to thank y'all for engaging with the content. You know, it's truly a beautiful thing to be able to take a step back and just look at all the progress that I've been able to make. Like, I hit 1,000 subscribers this year, and that's fucking awesome. But yeah, I just want to use this time to thank everybody for watching. I hope y'all have a great next year. This year was pretty bad for obvious reasons. We don't need to get into it, but thank you guys truly for everything. I'm fucking very grateful for everything that I've been able to gain from doing this. It's fucking unreal.